crack it.
Okay, so I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I just saw some shit and knew I had to make a video on it. Okay, so it's summertime, which is always an exciting time for the gaming community. You know, E3 is right around the corner, and as we get closer to the big summertime releases, video game companies are looking for all kinds of innovative ideas that will help increase their sales. But there's one company that's just completely redefining everything we thought we knew about good ideas. That's right, I'm talking about everybody's favorite, Nintendo. Now, a lot of news has been coming up recently surrounding major Nintendo titles, and I thought that I would just take a look at some of the big-brained, highly intelligent ideas they've been having to help encourage some of these other game developers to start thinking out of the box. So let's start with Mario Maker 2, which was announced to be coming out next month. For those of you who don't know, Mario Maker is a game that allows people to create their own Mario levels and share it with others to play. Now, we've all made some good memories gathered around the couch playing some Mario with our friends, and in 2019, Nintendo has reached a point that allows us to even play Mario with our friends online, which is awesome, right? That's why everyone's excited to learn that Mario Maker 2 would support online multiplayer. I know I was personally looking forward to grabbing a copy and playing with my friends the day it dropped. There's gonna be good times with the squad all summer. Lots of fun, lots of What? What do you mean you can't play online with friends? Now, at first, when I heard this news, I thought that Nintendo was going back on their words and saying that Mario Maker wouldn't run online multiplayer at all. But in fact, the game actually can run online multiplayer. You just can't play online with your friends. I just can't help but think that whoever at Nintendo made that decision just doesn't have any fucking friends of their own to play with and wants the Mario fanbase to feel his loneliness. But Chief, you can't take your problems out on us just because you don't got friends. In fact, who's in charge of this game anyway? Who's the lead developer on Mario Maker 2 making these decisions? I need to see this dude.
No.
So this dude, Shinya Tako Tax. This guy, Mr. T, is the general manager of Nintendo's Entertainment Planning and Development Division, which developed Mario Maker 2. Now, Mr. T, I'm sorry, but you're about to get lightly roasted. Like, are we really gonna let this guy determine whether or not we get to play with our friends? He's looking like a straight-up anime villain, and even though my name ends with an AV, we don't fuck with anime villains around here. Hey, come on, Sketch, give him a break. Surely he knows how to have fun if he's the general manager at Nintendo. He worked on all the classic titles we grew up playing as kids. Okay, maybe you're right. Whoever said that? I mean, surely this is just one screw-up in the big picture. Let's have a look at his wiki page. Oh, so apparently he's best known for the hit classic that we all love to play as kids, Brain Age. Brain Age. What did I tell you? Like, you could just tell that this dude was in his class like, teacher, you forgot to assign the homework. Boy, if you don't get No, let me chill. Because for real, Mr. T has actually worked on a lot of dope Nintendo titles that I grew up playing, but I'm just saying, Mario Maker devs really dropped the ball on this one. And so by now you might be wondering, well, why exactly aren't they adding in multiplayer with friends? Like, surely it isn't actually because this guy doesn't have friends, right? Well, they actually had pretty interesting reasoning on this decision. Apparently, they were afraid that if they allowed us to play with our friends online, we would cheat and influence the online multiplayer leaderboard. Well, you know, that's actually pretty fair reasoning. I mean, they raise a good point. We don't want to mess up the multiplayer leaderboard. But wait a second. There's no multiplayer leaderboard. It's not even in the game. So what's the problem? Like, I just don't know, man. Honestly, maybe I'm not thinking hard enough on this. Like, they must really be living in 3019 with their third eyes open in Nintendo. Cheating on the leaderboard's a problem, right? So the solution, let's get rid of the option for them to play with their friends, and just in case they find a way to cheat with the strangers they meet online, let's get rid of the leaderboard altogether. If there's no leaderboard, there's no way they can cheat on it. This is honestly the most cheat-proof system they could have come up with, which is actually pretty genius on Nintendo's part. You know, round of applause for this classic innovation coming from Nintendo right now. But let me move on, because I don't want to spend too much time flaming Mario Maker, and I got something else I need to address. So, we just got a press conference from the Pokemon team, in which they announced some of their upcoming projects for the year. And out of all the announcements they made, there was one in particular that really stuck out to me. Now, you probably remember Pokemon Go, the app that took the world by storm back in summer of 2016. Pokemon aimed to promote fitness and activity when they released it by having people walk around in order to get the most out of the game. since Pokemon Go's large amounts of success, Pokemon Company just announced a counterpart to Pokemon Go called Pokemon Sleep.
Really, nigga?
Yep, that's right. Pokemon fucking Sleep. Now you can spend your whole day walking around playing Pokemon Go, and then spend your whole night playing Pokemon Sleep. And if you haven't heard anything about Pokemon Sleep, this might seem a bit jarring to you, because I was kind of confused when I first heard the name too. And yes, I can assure you that it is in fact as dumb as it sounds. Basically, Pokemon Sleep acts as a sleep tracker that offers your Pokemon rewards based on how long you sleep and what time you wake up. So what I'm hearing is that in 2019, video games have reached the point where we can literally be gaming in our fucking sleep. That shit's wild. As if our community didn't already have a reputation for being lazy, now we're literally out here sleep gaming. But you know what? I'm home for the summer now, so I'm all for it. Let's just sleep and game the day away every single day. There's clearly nothing wrong with that. And look, I get it. I know that Pokemon Sleep isn't going to encourage its players to sleep all day. At least I really hope it's not going to. But sometimes I think Nintendo just underestimates how overzealous Pokemon fans tend to get. Like, have we already forgotten all the controversies that came with Pokemon Go? People quit their jobs to become Pokemon masters, got fired for leaving mid-shift trying to catch them all, regularly trespassed, played Pokemon while driving, and even died for this game. So clearly, people are going to do stupid things when Pokemon Sleep drops too. Like, I bet you anything that there's going to be a news report within the first week of the game's release about people who got fired for sleeping in instead of going to work, or kids being late to school because they wanted to play Pokemon Sleep. But if I'm keeping it real, I don't even blame Pokemon for doing this. I think they realize exactly how far people are willing to go to be the best like no one ever was. Like, I bet you by the year 2025, they're going to release Pokemon Armed Robbery version, where people have to go rob banks to evolve their Pokemon. And people would actually do that shit too. And to me, that's honestly pretty genius on Pokemon's part, man. Because they're out here mind controlling people with their games. Like, they wanted people to lose weight with Pokemon Go, and they managed to drag people out of their house who hadn't exercised in years. Now they want people to get more sleep, and I bet you anything that the world's average hour slept is going to increase when Pokemon Sleep drops. Controlling what people are going to do with the release of a game, that's too much power right there. And I'm so mad because even though I've said all this negative stuff about the game, I know I'm probably still going to download it when it drops just to see what it's like. And all this is without even mentioning how dumb the name is. Like, Pokemon Sleep? Are you serious? People have been criticizing the Pokemon franchise for years now about the names they've been coming up with for their titles, and this is what they brought to the table to really shut out those haters.
Blocking out the haters.
I mean, maybe I'm just reaching for something to complain about by bringing up the name, but it just feels like the laziest thought process went into coming up with a name for this. It's as if they just wanted to pick a name as quickly as possible to go home early for the day. Like, I just imagine the naming team gathered around the table like, alright guys, we got this new Pokemon game that people are going to play in their sleep. We need to come up with a good sounding title so we don't get roasted by the internet again like we always do. And after like 3 seconds have passed, just one guy speaks up like, a Pokemon game you play in your sleep, huh? What about Pokemon Sleep? And then everyone just started cheering and got on board. Like, this literally sounds like Pokemon is getting 5-year-olds to come up with their names for them. But somehow, Pokemon Sleep actually wasn't even the dumbest sounding title that they announced at the press conference. If you got big into Pokemon Go when it came out, you might remember them releasing something called Pokemon Go Plus. It was basically something you could buy and connect to your phone to do things like catch Pokemon, check Pokestops, and get items without having to check your phone. I never personally bought it, but I can see how the Pokemon Go Plus would be useful. But now, to pair with Pokemon Sleep, Nintendo is releasing the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. That's right, 2 pluses, because 1 plus wasn't enough. And yes, the name actually has 2 pluses. It's called Pokemon Go Plus Plus. And I didn't believe it at first. You know, meanwhile, back at the naming roundtable, you got, alright guys, you got this new thing that would be like a better version of Pokemon Go Plus. Better Pokemon Go Plus, you say? What about Pokemon Go Plus Plus? I just don't know what to say, guys. We really got some geniuses working for Nintendo right now. Like, they're really out here doing it like no one else. But let me know your thoughts on all this down below in the comment section. How do you feel about Mario Maker 2, and what are your thoughts on Pokemon Sleep? And what other games are you looking forward to for the summer? Also, be sure to give me your thoughts on this style of video, because this is really different from my typical uploads, but I had a lot of fun making it, so if you want to see more like this, please be sure to let me know, or if you thought it was like really whack, then you can let me know that too, I guess. Anyway, with that, it's been me, SketchAV, gonna get up out. Peace!